So you increase a lot of efficiency, operational efficiency, while also decreasing, shortening the time to respond to any.
Yeah. You don't have 90 days anymore.
True. Very good. And final question from Gabrielle from our marketing department. What's your views on the different maturity stages of security that we see in the US and emerging markets? How big of like the spectrum that you've been seeing in the world? Is the US ahead? How do you see the markets behaving?
That's a good question. I think you touched on it earlier when you described it as an arms race, and I think that's very true. Mm-hmm. As quickly as perhaps in some of the more mature markets, you're building these defenses, there are new weapons coming the other direction at you. So I think it's a constant evolution, and I don't see an end coming to this. So it is just going to be a constant arms race. Yeah. Perhaps the US is a little bit ahead of other economies, but it doesn't. Yeah, the US is large, but that also means that it's because of its size, it can be slow at responding sometimes as well, and sometimes smaller countries, because they're smaller, can respond quicker. I think we were talking yesterday about, was it Lithuania, right? And how they're really leading in digitalization of government services, but it's a tiny country, so they can do that. So it doesn't always have to be a massive country like the US to lead in these areas.
The change. Yeah. Well, Israel is a very good example at a country that has 10 million people or so.
Yeah.
And they drive a lot of the innovation that comes in our industry.
Yeah. So you need the belief, right? And to want to innovate. But
no. Very good. Very good. Ashley, I want to take this opportunity to personally thank you. This is something I've said to you in the past, but I want to make sure I do it here properly. I want to personally thank you for everything you've done to me personally as an entrepreneur. Meeting you, getting to work with you 13 years ago definitely changed my life. It's the biggest why cross-section in my life. So I really want to make sure you understand how much I appreciate you, how much I appreciate our relationship, and what we've accomplished together here in Brazil. I know what we do is a tiny, tiny little fraction of everything, all the success you had, all the figures that you've done. But for us, it's everything. So I want to personally thank you for everything you've done to us.
Wow.
And to me personally.
Well, thanks, Tiago. And it's been great getting to know you and to know your organization, the great people and the great business that you've built. And it's been exciting to play a small part of that. And we're excited to see where our partnership goes next. Yeah. So thank you. And we talked about continual learning, and I've learned from you as well. So thank you.
No, thank you. I really appreciate it. I don't want to get emotional because I really cherish our relationship, but I wanted to make sure you understand and take this with you, our gratitude, my personal gratitude, my family gratitude. Every time I talk to my wife, we talk about you, and we're really, really grateful that we know each other.
Thanks, Tiago.
Thank you for joining us. On a lighter note, thank you for joining. The team prepared a small gift. Oh, wow.